For this job showcase video, we're going to be taking a look at one of the more unique and interesting jobs in the game. And for those of you that have played a lot of MMORPGs before, then this job may feel somewhat familiar to you. That job is the musician. But before we get into the video, just a quick reminder that you can find a link to all of my Yakuza Like a Dragon coverage, including an overview of the battle system, the job system, and more in the video description. Also, be sure to follow me over on Twitch where I stream most nights, where we play a lot of RPGs, especially JRPGs, oftentimes well before their Western release as I translate them throughout our playthroughs. The musician is basically Yakuza Like a Dragon's version of the bard. It's a heavily support-oriented job with some offensive capabilities as well. Stat-wise, it is pretty mediocre, with only dexterity jumping out as above average. But that being said, the musician doesn't necessarily need high stats in order to function optimally due to a system unique to the job, voltage. Voltage is a 3-part gauge that appears under the musician's character portrait in battle, which signifies how much voltage the musician currently has, up to a maximum of 3. Almost every ability used by the job interacts with this gauge in some way, either by increasing voltage, increasing in potency based on voltage, or expending voltage for a massive benefit. The weapon of choice for the musician is the guitar, a blunt damage weapon that sometimes comes with the passive benefit of increasing critical strike chance with the musician's offensive abilities. One thing to note with regards to the musician though, is that it is not considered a magic job in this game, despite functioning in a similar manner. As such, you do not gain MP back when performing standard attacks, like jobs such as the idol or the host do. Because the musician is not a character's primary job, there are requirements in order to actually use it. For Ichiban, you must reach character level 15 and have a kindness value of 5 or higher. For Namba, he can actually become a musician from level 1. Adachi, however, must be character level 20 and have a friendship or bonding level of 3 first. And for the 2 party members that I'm not mentioning in order to avoid spoilers, they need to have a character level of 20 and a friendship or bonding level of 4, and a character level of 1, respectively. Job abilities for the musician can be broken down into 2 categories, offensive and support. Offensively, the musician gains abilities that benefit from having voltage, or that benefit from having more musicians in the party. Guitar Crash deals blunt damage with increased damage based on your current voltage. And Surprise Concert deals blunt damage while expending all voltage for increased damage. The musician also has an ability that promotes having multiple musicians, CD Release, which deals more damage for each musician in the group. But it's the support abilities of the musician that are the job's bread and butter. All of the musician's support abilities come in the form of songs, indicated by a music note in the ability name. In addition to providing a number of beneficial effects, such as lowering the attack or defense of all enemies, to increasing the defense of all allies or healing them over time, any ability with a music note also has a chance of increasing the musician's voltage gauge. Furthermore, at rank 28, the musician also gains access to Encore, which drastically increases the potency of all abilities that have a music note for 3 turns. An important note with regards to the musician's character abilities though, is that they do lose their effectiveness when used by other jobs, as only the musician itself can gain voltage. So with all of this in mind, the general playstyle of the musician is to support the party via songs, indicated by the music notes, in order to generate voltage, and then to use that built up voltage in order to dish out large chunks of damage to enemies. However, because of the voltage mechanic, the musician isn't actually well suited for random encounters. Rather, it shines in tougher encounters and boss battles where it has ample time to build up and make use of the voltage mechanic. And it is actually in these exact situations that the musician is very, very good. So in summary, the musician is a support-oriented job that plays songs to increase party stats or lower enemy stats, all while building up its unique resource, voltage. It can then make use of that voltage in order to deal significant damage to enemies. Furthermore, it can use Encore at rank 28 to greatly increase the effectiveness of all of its songs. However, there are some downsides. For one, it's less effective in random encounters that don't last long due to not being able to make full use of the voltage mechanic. And second, the two character abilities that the job learns lose much of their effectiveness if used by other jobs, since only the musician can actually gain voltage, and their potencies are based off of having more voltage. And that about does it for this quick overview of the musician job in Yakuza Like a Dragon. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. And if you enjoy the content and want to support the channel, please be sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, you can catch me over on my Twitch channel or on my Discord server, both linked in the video description. Until next time, take care.